Well, good Wednesday evening. We've got more rain coming in tonight. It's so far it's been pretty good out there. We haven't had any terrible rainfall. We haven't had any flooding, but as we get into Sunday, we're watching. The concern is we may have too much rain in some areas as the way this is coming in. If you're traveling down along the Gulf Coast Sunday, I know spring break starts for some school systems around here. Also, University of Alabama. I think Auburn is coming back off of spring break, but down along the coast, they could see severe thunderstorms this Sunday. But around here, it's heavy rain and some thunderstorms. Let's get to tonight first. You'll see another little push of rain, and as of about 6 o'clock this evening, it's still just west of Memphis, but it'll move in tonight. And as I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, sleeping weather, good sleeping weather tonight. Just a steady soaking rain overnight. The temperatures hold steady in the 50s. No big problem here, even though you may hear a rumble of thunder here and there. The dogs may not want to go outside either. That's kind of what the situation will be in. As we get into Friday, we're going to see some sunshine, but it may be well after the noon hour before the sun comes back. And then the clouds are going to come back fairly quickly. So this is your weekend, a bit of an update. I really started updating this last night because it's trending earlier. So the latest forecast guidance, keep in mind out ahead of this main area of rain, there's some dry air, and overall that dry air is pretty much going to be working on the rain as it starts to fall, and that's going to keep some of this suppressed and what we call virga. So that's going to start falling, but it's kind of like when you're trying to wash dishes and you've got that real crispy sponge, the dry sponge. Until you moisten that up, it really can't help you out. So that's what's going to be taking place probably the initial hour or two, and that may delay that rain a little bit, but by 9-10 o'clock, I think the rain's going to win out. So here's 8 o'clock in the evening Saturday. The temperatures will actually start to warm up because this wave's coming towards us, and as it does so, the wind is going to be picking up a bit out of the southeast, and that's what's going to fuel the stronger storms to our south, and we're talking south of Birmingham. So that southeast wind kind of kicks in, and as it does so, that's what's going to allow a lot more humidity and a lot more water vapor out there, and it's just going to be a soaking rain once this kind of sets in overnight Saturday into Sunday. So just be prepared for that. Sunday morning, son wanted to do some golfing Sunday afternoon. I just don't see it happening. Even if some of the rain lets up, golf courses are just going to be soaked out there. At 7 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for church maybe, it is going to be wet. There's a slight chance we'll get a break. And you notice the shoals here kind of doesn't show up with a lot of rain, but just be prepared for forecast guidance to be off by a few miles, as we know that can often happen. So as we get later into the day, still a chance of showers and storms, but once again, traveling south, you're going to run into that heavier rain. So that's a look at your weekend forecast. Next week, we change our clocks, by the way, too. But next week, as we kind of look down the road, we're still looking at that potential for a frost or freeze Tuesday and Wednesday morning. And then next Friday, St. Patrick's Day, that's trending wet, and that may be followed by colder air again. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe.